Namaste. This video is about understanding why life is a game of ups and downs. Life is an illusion. Everyone says that life is an illusion, but very few people understand it. In this life, my work is of understanding the message of God and passing it to people in a simplified manner. Because I am in a householder job, and my life is to bring the sainthood into the householder life, so that when we preach something, it can actually be applied. So you will see that all my sessions, all my guidance are very, very practical, because it has to be applied or it is failure. So life is an illusion because every experience is an emotion of a negative or a positive frequency. It is immaterial what you do on the surface, how much success you get or you don't get, because the success is inside. If success comes with inner satisfaction, only then it will be recorded as a positive unit karmically. In your karma counts, where your ascension is counted, ascension is necessary for your happiness. There is no happiness without ascension. Without soul evolution, without soul ascension, your health will be bad, your happiness will be down, you will be depressed 80% of the time. Your work is to be depressed only 20% of the time. 80% you have to be positive, otherwise your health will go down, life will go waste. It's like spilling water. You're not drinking it, you're spilling water. That is, you're spilling energies in things which are not important. If you do a survey of people who are poor and who are rich, you will find that money does not make a difference to their happiness or unhappiness. It's the same results. The only difference is regular income or irregular income. If people have irregular income, they are unhappy. If people have regular income or wealth at the back, they report more security but not necessarily happiness. In fact, in my surveys, most wealthy people reported more sadness than the poor people, because they had a lot more responsibilities, whereas the poor people could obey orders and thank God and have faith. But the rich people had to give salaries, they had to manage the money, they had to create the money, and they felt overwhelmed usually because of it and extremely tense. So money does not make a difference on your well-being. It's the regularity, the supply. It's like water. If the supply is regular, your thirst is filled, whether it is less water or more water. If it is more water, you have to manage it so that it doesn't flood your life. So rich people have to manage their money so that all their salaries are paid, all the investments are done, so that they don't suddenly get a heart attack and stress. So more money is like more food. It can create problems actually. And you have to eat in balance, you have to sleep in balance, you have to earn in balance actually. Right now people are crazy after money because they want to buy things. It's a very creative world, and people are selling a lot of creative stuff, organic stuff, therapy, healing. Everything is very expensive, but it is not as expensive as buying gold or alcohol or buying fancy cars, flying cars, mobile phones. And a lot of money is going into mechanical goods. Even now people are buying flying cars in the hope that they can fly. I mean, it's not yet built, but buying cars with high speed in the hope that they can fly, and whereas without realizing that flying is a mental skill. You have to first fly mentally before you will ever fly in a car. If you come to my sessions, if you do astral traveling, you will fly mentally. And if you do the complete 3 sessions, then you can do astral travel in the 3rd session, even if you can't do it in the 1st or 2nd session. So flying mentally is absolutely necessary to rise above the intricacies, the chains in earth, and feeling free and being a part of God and feeling yourself as a part of God is absolutely essential to understand that you are responsible for your happiness. You are the God within. You are creating your happiness. So you can ask support from the outside, but it is your responsibility if you are not happy. It is not God's responsibility. It is like we have children, and if the child does not obey us and is unhappy, it is the child's responsibility. It is not our responsibility. Similarly, if you don't obey God and you are unhappy, it is your responsibility. It is not God's responsibility. And all the rich people who are not spending their money on the poor, ask the poor people how much are they focusing on negativity versus positivity, and ask the rich people how much mentally they are stressed focusing on creating that money. As I said, the rich people are far more stressed than poor people. You are only seeing the material comfort, which is an illusion. But if you focus on virtues like happiness, well-being, satisfaction, feeling worthiness, feeling accomplished, poor people who are guards, who are press workers, they have written proud. We are proud of ourselves. So feeling some accomplishment, all this is not different, irrespective of the kind of goods you have, irrespective of the amount of comfort you have. But of course, if nourishment is less and you cannot do complex skilled work and you cannot be rich, because to be rich you require complex skilled work, or you require inheritance, and or you want to go into hell. If you want to go into hell and you spend on drugs and mafia and prostitution, again you can be rich, but you don't get satisfaction. The problem with hell is that you're always burning, means you're always feeling injustice is being done to you, you're always feeling betrayed, and though you're earning the money, the satisfaction is not coming in, because you are not working on satisfaction. You're only working on the illusion that you have these fancy clothes, you have a fancy house, you have a fancy car, but how do you feel inside? That is your karmic score. And the moment you feel disturbed inside, you need to correct it, and either you come for therapy, you change your diet, you change your drinking, whatever is required. You have to be very, very careful that you can't be negative for a long time, otherwise it is magnetic, it will just pull you down, and it is very difficult to rise up. It takes lifetimes. And usually when we die as celebrities, I have died as a celebrity in several lifetimes, the next life it takes around 40 years to get out of depression, and it takes past life therapy. After past life therapy, it takes 1 week. I've had students who were 20 years who have got out of depression, 3 sessions, 5 sessions, 10 sessions, but they had lives of celebrities where they died by suicide. They had lives when they were very famous. So depression is usually a follow-up of a lifetime of a celebrity. I had a client who was a prime minister, and he was a Mughal emperor before. So usually my clients have celebrity lifetimes. If they pay well, I get the names, or they get the names. If they pay well, they get the names. Otherwise, I get the names if they have been celebrities. And I'm not supposed to tell everyone the name I get unless they actually pay well. Otherwise, it can cause losses in their lives. So it does cause loss in my life even if I get the name, because I have to spend on crystals and releasing the spirit to light and do extra work. But that is my duty as a healer, that I have to spend extra wherever needed if the client cannot pay up. But I have to ensure that they pay up enough so that they survive and go to the realms of light. Because if they pay too less, then it can cause loss. And if they pay with a discount, then the healing, if I pay with a discount, I feel that enough healing does not reach me. So it is better to avoid discounts and refunds in spiritual work, because the work happens over time. So you can discounts and refunds are perfectly fine in material work, in buying clothes and cars and jewelries. Even in jewelry, you don't usually ask discount, because and the same in spirituality, you don't ask discount because it's gold. You're actually buying the energy of gold. So everything is converted. It is all time travel, and time travel costs money. It's not very expensive, but it works. It's more expensive than normal psychological therapies in India, because people take them casually. They talk, they went out, they don't change, they somehow can ignore it. But I am not supposed to help people who don't want to change. I am only supposed to work with people who are serious, because this is my life of salvation and I cannot leave karma behind. So a minimum threshold has been put by God, which I have to obey. If I don't obey, I get into severe problems. So money is a part of being with God. God has provided the money. So you cannot expect free healing. If you see, there has been so much free healing in the world since Kali Yuga has begun, and so much negativity has risen. The more the free healing, the double the negativity. Because whenever you take free healing, your negativity will rise. So you have to be very careful to pay back that free healing in some way, get it out of your system, get the money out even if you suffer losses. But don't take free healing, because your emotional well-being will fall. You see, the more people go to these camps and gurus and take free healing, the more terrorists are rising, the more wars are rising, because God does not give free healing. God charges. God has made money so that you can pay God. You pay God for the service with thankfulness. You pay thanks. That is how creation happens, in units of exchange. So you cannot mock God and say God doesn't exist. God exists. You don't pay enough to get God. You pay enough for a car. You pay enough for your job. You pay enough for your education. Do you pay the same amount for God? So everyone who says that God doesn't exist, to me, I say, have you paid up? When you pay up, you realize the value, because it is all from inside out. It's not outside in. It's all inside out. What you are creating, that is all that you are manifesting. So if you are creating a low value for God, that it can come free like oxygen, then God doesn't come. Only oxygen comes in. Because God is a skilled consciousness. God is not free consciousness like oxygen. I mean, at the level at which I am, I can even do free courses, free healing, and heal myself. But then I pay up. I pay up through charity. I pay up through some other work, so that the energy goes out to earth and it is reimbursed. Because I know that if I am being negative, that means that either I have picked up negativity from someone, which is very usual in my work, that I pick up negativity. In fact, whenever I am healing clients, I have to convert their negativity into positivity. So or there is stolen life force. Life force is stolen. Whenever you are taking free service from someone, life force is stolen. You have to claim back your life force, and you have to help them in some way, and your life force comes back. So stealing of life force is very common. Whenever you feel you're not in your body, you're actually not in your body, and problems can rise in your life. So you have to be very careful that about these scams. And I know the gurus are doing the best from their heart, and they are good people, they are good intentional people, but in a guru life you will never get salvation. You will get salvation only in the life of a householder, when you apply it in the center of people. When there are people around you, and there are fights, and there are wars, and there are cribbing and abusing, there you have to apply forgiveness, then you get salvation. It's a difficult path. It is not a simple path. And whenever you are chanting any God's name, realize that you are taking on karma of that God on yourself. So be careful which karma you take on. Thank you.